Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. It's round 7, and this time at Abu Dhabi. Tier 1 goes live, and this should be a good one. We had the real F1 finale there on Sunday, Lando Norris taking the title, but not the most exciting end of the season. But we are going to make up for that in Abu Dhabi with 19 drivers on track today. We've got 3 whole sectors for you. And what is, it's a bit of a mix reception with regards to the drivers on this track. Very fast track. The main feature being the 2 long straights with the chicane in the middle are very important to get right. We may see some moves. That'll be a very popular place for the move, but sector 3, very tight, twisty section. And sector 1 really is just turn 1. And flat out all the way down to the hairpin. But without any more waffling from me, let me introduce my co-commentator for today as we get to the action. It's Fedavara. How are you today, sir?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. And yeah, good evening to everyone. And I like the fact that you mentioned we got 3 sectors.
Yep.
That's great. Didn't expect that, so I'm even more excited right now. And yeah, well, as you mentioned, we got this Sunday Abu Dhabi Grand Prix real fun. It wasn't one of the most exciting races, but we are here in Tier 1 and we know how close it is with the championship fight. Especially we got Christian, who we got last week. He really dominated the race, the Qatar Grand Prix, so I'm expecting him to do great things. And meanwhile, just looking the Haas, I think that's Jonty who destroyed every braking marker onto the he's destroying everything. Oh my god, well, let's see if he's gonna do that as well. No, well, here he can't, but yeah, he destroyed every braking marker, so I'm not sure why.
Yeah, I mean that is penalized. What's the word? Penalty.
Or it can be penalized.
It can be penalized. Yeah, that's the word. Penalized.
When you're the native speaker and
yeah, educate me, bro. That's what you're here for, my English coach. Mr. Pizza retires because he had two quali bans. So this is his second one. He'll be serving today, so he will not be setting a time. But we are running with Jonty here, as he no longer has any brake boards to navigate him through this one. I'm not sure if he's using racing line.
We're gonna call him the the distractor. I don't know, but we could give him a nickname after that. But yeah, let's take a look at Jonty. So here you got into the DRS just using probably the whole battery here. He's already down to 30%, and let's see where he brakes here. It should be around the 100-meter board, but here we have no clue. And you really need to get a good exit to carry much speed as possible, and you just try to cut everything on the corner to gain, also a few thousandths of a second. And here in the 50-meter board, where we could see on this corner lots of overtake, especially the outside where you get most of the grip. And then we get, I think, one of my favorite part of the track, because it's really technical, but it's also quite cool. So we get these 2 left corner where you want to be much better on the exit, and here is obviously flat out, and you get into the last corner a little bit wide, very easy to get track limits. But let's see the first lap time of Jonty is 22.6, who's already beaten by the Red Bull of Pasma Tirisi.
Yeah, that's a bit of a mouthful, that one, but yeah, I believe he's a new driver. Might be his first race.
We got Bailey, who's back.
Oh yes.
I think he's got a few wheel issues, right, lately.
That's right. He sent his wheel away for a repair. He's got it back, unless he's on the pad. But I think, judging by that time on the board, he's back on the wheel. Jules sets a 124 flat. Wow. They're coming in thick and fast. Tuna as well. 122.2 was his time. Christian, though, where's Christian? Is in the garage.
Christian P4. No, P4.
Oh yeah.
2.1. Yeah, he just said the lap time ran. And just right behind we got Ben and Tuna. And then Noah into P8. So let's see. Yeah, we're not gonna see DRB making. Yeah, as we got now, Mekander retiring into the pit. So we got a lap. I think we're getting Chanap on the lap, who's approaching the second sector. So very good here, just hitting the apex and third gear. Looks like that's fine. Also on traction.
Yeah,
And yeah, I think on quali, honestly, this track is, I think it's very good just on the race, sometimes it doesn't bring the best on terms of overtaking, especially if you are on a DRS train, but I think it's quite cool on a lap.
yeah, it's a fun track to drive. I mean, trying to manage the grip, especially in Sector 3, trying to carry the momentum around. We saw Jonty struggling to do that, and his teammate Janab almost going wide there in Latifi corner. What do you call it? Latifi corner. You know the one I mean.
Latifi corner. Yeah. Also, the Italian commentator said last week Latifi corner. He named that.
okay,
So
okay,
yeah.
okay. Janab just pips his teammate, but I have to say, a lot of drivers I think are going to be a bit angry at Jonty for removing all those brake marker boards, especially at the chicane after that first long straight. I mean, I'm sure they have backup kind of places marked out, for their brake markers, but having the brake marker board gone is going to be a bit of a mission for these guys. But 21.8 is pole at the minute. And we will see. Yeah, drivers are just going back to the pits, getting refueled, and new set of tires on, and we'll be back out on track. I see Kit there set a 122.8 P11 for him right now. He did well last week. I think it was P6 in the end for him. Noah done him P12.
Yeah, I'm just looking right now at the championship standings on drivers. We got Christian with. Yeah, he is leading by 36 points to Persegili on the Ferrari, and then we got Tunari and Noah, the top four. So yeah, he's kind of, extending the gap to the others, Christian, but who knows, now he's before there is Bailey, who's back, and we got Basma. I never saw him. Bailey's teammate, I think. Or is he a reserve driver?
I actually couldn't tell you. I'll need to check that after the race. I think he might just be reserve for now, but there was a new Finnish driver joined the league with a different name. I wonder if this is his in-game name, but he was supposed to be very, very fast. And judging by the standings right now, it looks like he may be at the front end of the grid. Not much splitting the top 10, pretty much. A few tenths in it. I want to read. I'll just take a moment to read chat, and there's no chat. What is going on, stream? Stream chat. Let's get the party started. I said hello and no one answered me. How rude.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. And yeah, it was the first run of Qualidan. I think. Yeah, now everyone is gonna go on the outlap. Who do you wanna follow, Chief?
Let's have a look. I think we got Christian out there. I would like to watch Christian do his lap. He usually comes out top in these quali sessions, but looks like he is struggling a little bit on pace, or at least initially. So maybe on his second run he will lay the gauntlet down and rise to the top. And we are getting some people saying hello Lioness, and we've also got Caddy in there saying hello. So welcome to the stream, and hope you enjoy this one. I think it's going to be a good one. Oh, we've got 20 drivers. That makes me very happy.
Yeah, I think, yours just joined the lobby, and he's right now on the outlap, so let's follow these Basma theories, I think. So we got the Ferrari, I think, of Persigo Kit or Persegili just kind of out of the way, and yeah, just already deploying a lot of batteries, so let's see what's going to be his first sector, just improving by 58,000. Here hitting the apex, very good at the exit, and yeah, I think that was great. Especially entry and the exit, everything was going good, and here it's, it's interesting to see how they go, into the blue part, not staying on the middle of the track. I think you know, you might get an advantage a few kilometers, I feel like. We kind of got the same for Qatar. So let's see, wow, he's improving 2/10 now. And you can see how good he is on traction, you know, carrying a lot of speed through the corners, Basmati is. And now I think we're getting, yeah, probably the most important part, you know, here is where the rear suffered the most, and yeah, he got the track limits.
Yep. He got a bit greedy there and went wide. I'm on board with Christian right now. He was up slightly, ever so slightly, in Sector 1. Sector 2, he's almost 1/10 up. So this could be a solid lap from him. It would take him up to P2 if he's able to carry this momentum to the flag. And yeah, he's now entering this Sector 3 where we saw Basmati going wide, but Christian just about keeping it within limits. And he's just got a flat out right-hander and then slow down for the final turn. Just let the grip pick up as he puts the pedal to the metal. It's 121.8, so big gains in Sector 2 and Sector 3 for Christian. He is back on top.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Tuna. Well, no, Tuna, I think he has already done his lap. Yeah, 22.3. Well, 268. So, who we got? Oh, we got Ben with a great slipstream from the Aston Martin of, I don't know who that is. I think that's Tilda. Oh, well, he might did it. Okay, I don't know what happened there. But there is also Max who's got a great slipstream right now. I don't know what's happening here because, yeah, just getting the toe to each other. That's quite weird to see. But I think, you know, Max is someone to look because, you know, he's got great slipstream. I think he's going to improve a lot into the second sector.
Yep, Sector 2 time,
Yeah, well,
1/10 up. That's pretty huge at this point. Could take him up to the front end of the grid. Into Sector 3 he goes, and let's see how he does through here. Have to be very brave on the throttle here. The back end can step out at any second, and you don't want to hit the wall as well and have a Latifi moment. Looked pretty tidy there from Max. Just one corner to go.
That was great exit. Yeah, that was the third sector, especially the last corner was great. He was. Just at the exit, you could see, you know, how stable he was with the car. But we know McLaren, you know, has got a dominant car this season, this year. So that's what you get. P1 and P2 for McLaren, and we're third and fourth for Red Bull.
Yeah, almost like real F1, apart from Sonoda.
Well, except for Red Bull, yeah. Well,
bring back
Max
Perez.
Verstappen team.
Kit is not in a lap, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he's on a lap here. Everyone else in the pits, Max on his way into the pit, so we're setting up for the final runs, and Tipsy Bob, the legend, is in chat. He says great lap from Max, full commit from him. Yeah, so it's good to see the McLaren guys, the top row of the grid. Billy Thompson, Baz Maturizzi, for the Red Bulls P3, P4, and then it's Tisto and the Alpine P5. Interestingly, the Mercedes, who are leading the constructors, currently P7 and P8, so they can find a bit of time. They can move up towards the front end of the grid. I have to say Haas in P9, P10. That's interesting. They obviously have a bit of pace here in Abu Dhabi.
Was he a strategy to take down every...
I was thinking that, yeah. I wonder...
You know, maybe... Yeah, I think that was strategy.
Yeah, I wonder if Bob has any comment on that. We saw... Was it Janab or no? It was John D. Took out all the
yeah.
He took out all the brake marker boards on his first out lap, so
yeah, that was quite weird to see, but yeah.
Oh, here.
Oh, by the way,
yep.
Icewind. What's? Okay.
He did a lap. Yeah. Interesting. But look, Joel started the lap. Let's run on board.
Just stops, and I think he's not gonna. Oh yeah, he's got.
Oh right, okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he got disqualified.
But Feta, get on board with Joel 8. He is flying down. Sector 1, he's up by almost half a tenth. Let's go.
Yeah, that's great encouragement for him, and yeah, let's see, Joel. He's the greatest driver of all time. Well, we got actually on quali is usually quite fast. It's just on the race, you know, sometimes we saw also last week he got like 31 seconds on penalty, but usually on quali is quite good. So let's take a look at the lap. It doesn't look bad from sector 2, but as we know, sector 3 is the most important as the tires overheat. And oh my god, that was terrible. Yeah, he just got stuck onto the curb.
It's like we did our best to build him up there and he just threw it all away.
Yeah, I was so pumped up. But yeah.
I mean, maybe he's just saving the best for last. You know, he's going to go in and put a fresh set on and blitz this field. But yeah, he does have pace in the car, does Joel. He just needs to hook it all up, and this was not the lap.
Yeah, as you said, he's saving, for the last lap. Well, he's got teammates. I'm not sure if he's got enough time. Probably that was his last attempt, I would say. I'm not sure, but yeah, 2 minutes. I'm not sure if he's got enough time left.
Yeah, and look how busy it is getting. Everybody's heading out. We've got all the main players: Max, Christian, Bailey Thompson, Baz Maratari. We also have Persigelli, who is not set a time. He's usually on the podium by the end of the race, but he's currently P19 with no time, so he's leaving it all down to the last moments of this session to put a time on the board. And yeah, Bob's pointing out there are a few guys that will report people for taking out the brake boards.
Oh, by the way, there is Ben on his lap was taking a quite good slipstream from the Red Bull. I think that was Bailey probably. And let's see now, it looks quite good second gear. So you can see there are a few guys who make both of the corners or that slow chicane, on third or maybe second, and then short shift on third gear. So let's see Ben how much he's improving. Not quite, geez. Yeah, not really improving by 12 thousandths of a second, but let's see now, he's quite close, just 3/10 to be into P1, but I think that's gonna be quite difficult, just missing the apex a little bit. Quite good here, fourth gear, just not going full throttle quite early enough. As we saw others in here, just getting a little bit of a dirty air from the Williams.
Yeah, that was a
not
close
very
moment
good
there.
On traction, but yeah, it wasn't a great lap overall.
And while that was happening, Jonty puts himself up to P4, so a solid lap, 21.9 for him. But we've got all the men players out there. Max is on a lap. We've got Bailey Thompson on a lap, Christian as well. So let's try and keep an eye on all the action here.
Yeah, I'm just taking a look at Christian. Let's see how much he improves. His first sector is not quite improving it by 16 milliseconds, but that's very close. There is also Max on a lap, so that's gonna be interesting, I think. Yeah, probably there is also Bailey, which we don't have to underestimate him. We know how fast he is. He's also the reigning champion.
Yeah, he matches his sector 2 time. Yeah, but he is definitely a contender for pole here. But Max as well, into sector 3 he goes already. So a few times are going to come in here pretty quick. As I see a Ferrari crossing the line, that was Kit, P12 for him in the end. We've got a Haas crossing the line. T-Stoke puts himself into P4. We've got Max crossing the line, doesn't improve. Christian, he is a bit to go.
Oh,
Bailey Thompson goes P1. Yeah, I was a bit slow on the keys there. I didn't catch up.
Now the pressure will be on Christian. Can he beat Bailey's previous teammate at McLaren after he got fired?
It's going to be close, yeah.
Let's see Christian. Is he going to be on pole? Christian? No, it doesn't. That didn't even improve his lap time, so Bailey, I think that's pole for him. There is also, there is also Basma Tirisi was on lap and he's at 21.7. Look at the times.
Wow.
That's so close. Oh my god, the top 7 is within the 21. That was so close. But Bailey takes pole after coming back.
Yeah, and look at our championship leader, Christian in P5. That's an unusual spot for him. And he's got some very fast guys ahead of him. Persigelli, Max, but Bailey Thompson returns. His wheel is fixed and he's top of the standings right now.
Yeah, but that lap, yeah, for Bailey, like, You can see how close it was to get pole. So yeah, it's just crazy to see the kind of level these guys are bringing up. So look at the gaps. Not even a tenth in the top four. And then we got Christian Taste, John T, Jana, Ben, and Tuna within the 4 tenths. And yeah, it looks like Tuna, is not really. It looks like, he's got a great start of the season, but now maybe, he's facing a few tracks which he doesn't really like. We have to remind ourselves that, in the beginning of of this game, we saw Tuna struggle a little bit, so I'm not sure, it's not looking great right now.
Yeah, we did speak to Christian last week. He did say he didn't like the second half of the season, the tracks that were coming up. So maybe there's a chance that someone could catch up with him in the driver standings. Constructors as well, under Fred, as both Mercedes not doing too well there. Um, finishing finishing quali down the board, further down than we usually see them. Usually they're up there, battling at the front for the first corner, lap one, but they will have to play their cards right to get some more points on the table today. Maybe this isn't the track for Mercedes. Seems to be the way of it, but the Red Bulls looking strong here today, as are the McLarens. And Tuna has left the session. He is hosting. No, he isn't. He's not hosting the
Who's
session.
hosting?
I think it's. I actually don't know. It might be. It's Noah. I think it's Noah. But the fact that Tuna left there, he did say he was having some technical issues, so that we've seen that. I think that was last race as well. He had some technical issues, but he does have some time here as we get the formation lap underway, and hopefully we get Tuna back into the session, into the car. Might compromise his start somewhat. Not the ideal way to start, but I have to say, Percy Gilly, P3, he left it all down to the last lap in quali there, but he pulls a nice lap out of the bag to put himself at the front end of the grid, and he usually ends up at the end of a race on the podium. Seems to be pretty fast. So we'll have to keep an eye on him today, but he does have the McLaren of Max ahead and Red Bull of Billy Thompson to contend with. Some fast guys behind as well. How are we going to say his name? Baz Matarissi? Is that it?
I'm not sure, like Basma Tirisi, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure.
Baz Matarissi. Maybe it's
I
Italian,
would
yeah.
say, yeah, an Italian way, yeah, Basma Tirisi. I think it's the easiest way.
I heard he's from Stromboli.
Yeah, yeah. But just look at the tires, yeah, we got just Kit and Mr. Pizza who are on hards, and then everyone else is on medium, so. Yeah, well, I think it's gonna be one-stop strategy, but we don't know. If I remember well, the soft are quite, yeah, not really the choice. Tire tag is quite high, but I think we're getting that, on every track basically. So yeah, I don't remember how many laps are there. I think there are 20. Yeah, there should be 29.
Well, there's 3 sectors, I know that. I don't know how many laps are there.
Yeah, 3 seconds.
Well,
yeah, 29 because the rear race is 58, so yeah.
we have a
29
question
laps.
in chat. It's Tipsy Bob saying it's a month since he lost his pet dog Eddie. There's a wee doggy Frenchie beside us up for adoption. Do we apply? And yeah, I mean it's a no-brainer. You know what I'm gonna say, Bob? Hell yes. Get another dog for sure. Give another dog a great life. Just like Eddie got a great life. And I got a chance to meet Eddie, and he was an awesome dog. So yes, Eddie too. Bring it on. Fed of Hour, we're about to get underway. Let's talk about dogs. More talk about racing.
Racing, yeah. So let's see. Well, the first corner is quite. I think Bailey is gonna get quite the lead as just the short straight. So it's gonna be more important the exit of the turn one. So let's see 5 lights, and we are getting under the way now. We got Bailey. I think that was quite a good start for him. He's gonna be side by side with the McLaren of Max. Is he gonna go into the inside? No, it doesn't really. And Bailey getting a good slipstream, and Max getting into the under the pressure of Basmatiris, and I think behind it's quite clean. We got McLaren and the Alpine of Tasto and Christian, who's gonna try the overtake into the inside. Maybe this trying the switchback. Is Christian gonna get his deploying battery? But yeah, everyone else is on Slipstream, so it's gonna be quite difficult for him. But he might try the dive bomb. Let's see. We got also Basmatiri. We can see also the Alpine of Tasto trying a bit dive bomb here. Maybe that was very close with the Red Bull, but I think everything is going great, and we got Tasto actually made the overtake, so we got the McLaren in 4th and 5th right now.
Yeah, and there's some battling further down as Eagle goes on your side. Eagle goes going ahead, P13 for him, but there's still wheel by wheel. There's actually a lot of wheel contact going on there. And Ben up to P8 while this is kicking off. Actually, they're still battling. It's Janab and Ben side by side into Sector 3. This is going to be tough. Someone's going to have to give out. And it looks like the Haas guys are looking pretty strong in Abu Dhabi. They're not rolling over for Ben right now. And Ben finds himself in a Haas sandwich. And what a great lap there. Yeah, a lot of close racing up front. But everybody making their way nicely. No damage that I saw.
You can see Bailey already setting up the pace. You know, already 9/10 ahead. And which we know with this kind of pace we're going to tier 1. It's not easy to make that kind of gap. You can already see how much battery he's deploying. Basically, he drained the battery, and now he's just on 10%. But that's because he doesn't want to, you know, to give Slipstream to stay within the second with the guy behind. He doesn't want to let him have the DRS. You know, it's quite powerful, especially when the gap is so close.
Yeah, it was worth a shot, but he didn't pull it off, and you can see how much DRS is impacting on this race already on lap number 2. We've got moves Tuna on Janab, Tuna up to P9, but Janab trying to hang it in the inside, and Tuna just getting a better run out there, gets himself up to P9. So yeah, Mercedes are trying to get some positions back. There is a move further back as well. Looks like Janab and Noah going at it. Kit trying to get a sniff of the action as well. So the Haas of Janab, yeah, losing a few positions there on lap number 2, but let's run up front. The gaps are pretty small. Bailey Thompson has left himself a bit vulnerable with using all that ERS, but you can pretty much gain a lot of ERS back by the end of the lap. And yeah, Bailey Thompson up to 32% again, so just going to be mindful as he heads on to the long straight in Sector 2 as Max sets the fastest lap. He is currently P4 and looking feisty, I have to say. I think there's going to be some moves this lap and some changes of positions in the top 6.
Yeah, I think there will be some, let's say, team orders between Max and Christian. I'm not sure, but I don't know if they are in VC together. I doubt it, but I'm sure Christian wants to get through him as he's fighting for the championship. But at the same time, he's got, yeah, he's first contender. Persegui is right behind, and now Max trying to do the Christian trying to get the overtake, but you can see Max is really fighting for it. So now I just got the answer there. There is no team orders, and there is now Persegui is into the outside. Is he gonna try here to break later than Christian? We know he can make the overtake here. He might try the switchback, but he's gonna be the outside the next corner, so I'm not sure. And I also think Christian that was track limits. I don't think it's gonna be one of these tracks like you know, we saw in Qatar lots of penalties. I think where you can get most of the penalties are turn 1 and that's it basically.
Yeah, it's very tense up front here, and yeah, track warnings may come into play later in the race. I don't think it's as bad as the last race in Qatar on penalties. But yeah, I'm agreeing with you essentially. I'm agreeing with you.
I thought you weren't listening to me.
I mean, there some of that as well, but you know.
But you can see, yeah, I think Bailey is, yeah, he's really pushing, but he's also quite managing, you know, 7/10, and it's quite difficult to make the overtakes if you are, you know, with that kind of gap. But you know, I think for everyone now, the best thing to do is just recover battery and, you know, just playing with the strategy. We know that the gaps are close, so the undercut, you know, is gonna be a big play here.
I'm seeing a yellow flag. It looks like someone's one off there. It's Mr. Pizza in the fast chicane. He's done a P20 and trying to get back up to speed again, but he's essentially out of it. Ice as well, making a position there in the second straight, and P15 for him. Him and McKender did start last. Where did McKender end up? He's P13, so not too far ahead of Icewind. The Mercedes guys are starting to make moves as well. They're currently P9 and P10. Have picked up a couple of positions in the opening laps, but yeah, they've come up against the wall here. There's a DRS train all the way to position 1. From P1 to P13, it runs this DRS train. So that's going to give everybody behind Bailey Thompson some protection on those long DRS straights, but you can't afford to take your eye off the ball too much. ERS management is going to be key here.
Oh, Bailey just saw a little bit of sliding with the rear. I think like, yeah, tire wear is gonna be a big thing on this track, especially, you know, the rears, they really suffer on the third sector. Also, we know, you know, how deep these guys, you know, brake, and they want really, you know, the car to kind of lock up to get better rotation. At least that's how it is on this game, how it works. But yeah, we're just seeing Bailey, you know, who manages to kind of extracting all of his pace into the third sector. So he's every time, you know, ahead of 7, 8 tenths, which is very important for him in order to defend. But yeah, we're not really getting on any overtakes, as we presume, you know, at the beginning of the race and the beginning of the stream. We knew that with the DRS train it was quite difficult, you know, to make moves.
And I was watching Eagle Ghost there. He gets it all wrong, gets a move, or loses a position there to X-Yorse, who picked up. Yeah, very opportunist from X-Yorse. We've also got, what's happening here?
He's already pitting. Does he have any wind damage, or does he want to try the... Yeah, probably the undercut, but
is this
I feel
a
like
two-stop?
he's gonna go for a two-stop strategy. I think so. Like, I think that's too early. You know, 23 laps on hards, and we know in this game how it is. So
yeah, I mean, like, I like his thinking. He's trying something different here. I suspect he might even try to get these hards to the end, but they're going to be very sketchy at the end of the race, grip-wise. But Tuna coming out in clear air. The thing that he loses out on, though, is that DRS train. Is he able to make these hards count and do something different here today, and maybe pull off a surprise result? He's got clear air in front of him,
yeah,
8.3.
well, for sure he's gonna get the undercut in, but I'm not sure. You know, with the... Yeah, I don't think he's gonna try the one-stop strategy, but we never know, you know. So safety car might come in, we never know. So let's just focus, and I think now Basmati is very close right now into the third sector. So, you know, he might get the chance the 7th lap of this race to get the overtake there. But like, if you're behind, you know, Bailey, you're getting carried, so would you try to move, or, you know, just stay behind him, managing the gap, managing the ERS, and, you know, just trying, I think, the undercut at this point?
Yeah, yep, that's true. Yeah, you can go for the undercut. But he's happy enough to run. Yeah, and he's basically storing up a lot of ERS as well, so we may actually see a move here. I think he's trying to set him up and just trying to get a good run out of the last hairpin there. And it looks like this might be it, yeah.
Well, I think that's gonna be a quite easy move on the straight for Basmati Risi, so yeah, maybe, you know, Bailey can try that, can try the move to regain the position, but I think he's probably gonna stay behind, you know. He doesn't really need to risk anything. So I think the pit window is from lap 8 to 11, I would say, or maybe 12. Now I think you've got quite easily to do, you know, 15 to 17 laps on the hards.
Oh, and Eagle and Yorse going at it into sector 3 they go, and Eagle goes, yeah, losing out there. P14 for Eagle, Yorse up to P13, so there is some battles at the back end of the grid, and we'll pretty much could call this the midfield section, as we see another guy pitting. It's Jaunty into the pits, so
So let's see, Tuna, how much gain from Jonty. That's gonna be an interesting thing to see how powerful the undercut is, especially when you are on clean air. So let's see, Tuna, is he gonna come ahead of Jonty? And I think so. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, so Tuna's undercut paying off for now, but we'll see how that works out later in the race. And I have to say, Basmata Rissi has a lot of pace. He almost broke DRS there, very close, and I think he's used a lot of ERS to try and get that done. But as Billy found, it's a bit trickier, easier said than done. The Rebels remain together in this DRS train. Now P1 to P6, Ben just 1.2, so just outside the DRS range for now. And he may come under threat actually from Noah. Ben does not have DRS, as Noah had a moment there to correct the steering mid-corner, and extra and Eagle Goose again coming together in exactly the same spot, so they're changing position here, left, right and center.
Yeah, and now, the thing here with Red Bull is that also McLaren, that they are so close to each other, so I'm not sure they are, I don't think so, that they are on the same BSC, together, so, it might happen that both of them will pit at the same time, and the guy who is behind is gonna suffer from it, he's gonna get stuck into the pit.
Yeah, and that pit stop from Tuner really triggered a lot of pit stops, as Mr. Pizza does pull into the pits there. He's serving a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit
He's probably gonna
and retires.
retire, I would say. And now we got Bailey, who's into the move for Basmati on to the straight. So yeah, they're just kind of switching position now, recovering some battery, and also it's good for both of them. If they're kind of helping each other, it's good for them for the tires.
Yeah, it's hard to kind of to gauge, if you're going to be working together with someone, if you're not in VC together, but I think they're starting to get the message and starting to work together somewhat, as we see Noah getting a move on Ben. So Ben, without that DRS, was vulnerable to attack, and Noah pounces. 2.3 though is the gap from Noah to P6, so he's going to lose out on that DRS gravy train unless he can get some solid laps in here. And we've got another yellow flag. I think that is just Mr. Pizza's car retiring on track.
So I'm just trying to take a look at the tires of Bailey and Basmati, and they actually look quite fine, I can see any, let's say, graining or something, some patches that you see on the tire on this game. So I think they're not actually, probably the tire wear I would say is around 50% maybe. But I think it's surely under 60.
Yeah, and Bailey and Baz Marati on these 9-lap old mediums. I think they're around about 50%. What would you think?
Yeah. That's what it said. But yeah.
I think I say better though. Oh, and there's a change of position, so Bailey Thompson up to P1. So these guys are working together, but they have to be very careful. Tisto is ready to pounce.
I think. No, okay, I thought he was gonna go for the move. And yeah, Kit. So yeah, also there is probably starting, with the hearts wasn't the best thing. We got Kit who's quite stuck on the DRS train. He's right now in P10.
Oh, great overshot. Yeah, or overhead shot of Ben and Noah. So Ben was able to hang on there and come back at Noah. It's a feature of this track though, isn't it? The two DRS straights are pretty powerful. If you can hang in there, you've got a chance of getting a move done on either one of those straights. But Ben up to P7, but I mean, if Noah and Ben work together, they can actually maybe make a dent into this this gap. Oh, and we have someone in the pits. It's Bailey Thompson. He pulls the trigger. Tisto as well. Ben in the pits. Basmarati staying out, takes the lead of the race. Both McLarens staying out. Interestingly, neither one of those McLarens opting to pit. We saw Christian last race. He had a comfortable lead and he extended his first stint quite considerably. He doesn't have quite the same luxury today, but still stays out. So it's like a one stop for these guys. Do you still think Tuna though is on a two stop, or do you think he's maybe thinking about trying to get these tires to the end, as he does make up a position there on your say?
I mean, it's quite difficult, but for sure right now he might be, you know, also in P1, considering, yeah, like he is just, yeah, like 10 seconds, 12 seconds behind the leader. So actually the undercut is going great, but I don't know. He'll, I think it's gonna be quite difficult, you know, to go till the end with these tires, but at this point I would say he's gonna go for it, you know.
Yeah, and McKender made a move on Noah there. That was a bit of an unconventional spot. Um, Quite a short straight there, but he made it work, and his back end is looking very loose, but he's keeping it under control. P5 for him. I think we're going to see McKenna pull into the pits here. Basmarai is the leader. Yeah, McKenna pulls into the pits, but the leader is in the pits. Mech staying out on these mediums, and that allows Christian then to get his pit stop out of the way. Look at the state of those tires. They were looking worse for wear, but let's see where. Yeah, oh my word! Look where Tuna is in comparison to
Yeah,
Christian.
Tuna is gonna be, you know, when the other four pits is gonna be the one leading the race. So that's quite a thing, you know. Who would have expected that? But he's also got, you know, he's already on 6 laps old tires. So, you know, compare maybe to Bailey and to the others who has Peter just right now, it's gonna be quite difficult. But you know, you got less fuel, the car is lighter, so tire wear is also, you know, it's minor. So you know, it would be a great strategy for him, but I think it's gonna be quite tough to accomplish that.
Yeah, because look at Bailey Thompson. He is P7 currently. Just made his way through a bit of traffic there, and he's got Tuna not too far up the road. Almost, I'd say 2.3, 2.4 seconds. So with that tire advantage, he's probably gonna bring that in pretty quickly, but he does have Jaunty right ahead of him. How's he going to navigate this guy into sector 3? It's not ideal a passing point, but I think Jaunty realised what was happening or what was about to happen and doesn't make it too hard as Mex pulls into the pits from P1. So we've got our new race leader, Lioness, and chat will like this. Kid is leading the race in the Ferrari.
Yeah, that's great, but you also have to pit, and yeah, base entered the fastest lap. I think Tuna, you know, for Tuna it will be quite difficult to defend from Bailey. You can see, you know, how much he's gaining every corner, 2 to 3 tenths. So yeah, on this game we saw how tire, you know, tire difference. It's gonna, you know, it's gonna be so difficult for Tuna. So yeah, I'm not sure, you know, maybe with some DRS and, well, with some ERS saving right now, we could try to defend for a few laps, but we still got, you know, 16 laps to go. And yeah, I feel like Tuna, you know, if he wants to do, probably the best thing for him would be to pit in a few laps time, you know, with the mediums and trying to gain few positions.
Yeah, and Lioness, very happy the kid's in P1. Screenshot that because, yeah, as you pointed out, he still has to pit, but he will be on the medium tires at the end of the race, so that will do him well. And we have another retirement. It's Joel into the pits. He goes and retires. So we have 3 drivers out, 17 remain. Did you just say that? Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I have to. I have to say that, yeah.
Hey, you know what's weird though? Seeing Christian not in the lead of the race. I mean, he's probably going to be.
Yeah.
What is he, like P4 maybe now? If we take all the guys that haven't
No,
pitted out of the.
it's gonna be P. Yeah, well, P5 counting now Tuna if he's not pitting, but if he does, yeah, P4.
Or
Yeah,
say
it's
in the
quite weird,
pits.
you know, if we compare this race to last week's one, where we saw, you know, Christian just dominating that race, literally. He got like 20-second gap. Meanwhile, we got Bailey, who's got the move into Tuna, so yeah, that was quite easy for him. And yeah, well, now Bailey can just, you know, manage his tires till the end, and I think that's quite, you know, that's quite it for him.
Yeah, this is it, isn't it? The tire advantage of those fresh hards paying off for Billy Thompson. Tuna I mean, his best bet is to try and hang on to these guys as best he can. There is a chance that he might try to go to the end on these tires, but there's also the chance that he might try something different. He's probably hoping for a safety car in a few laps, potentially. But you know what? Jaunty in P4, what a great position for him as we hit the midpoint of this race. And Lioness, and if Kit somehow pulls off a top 5 finish, I'll be ecstatic. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to his stint on the mediums. He's going to have some overtakes to do as Max sets the fastest lap of the race, and I'm very interested to see how Max does. He's got the freshest tards out there in the top 10, I think.
Yeah, he's on 2 laps. Oh, and nice win. I think no, he's actually the second one. We got also Conieto Flash with warnings with penalty, 3-second penalty also for Ashwin the RB, and also McAndrew, just look at Ashwin's teammate, he's into P11 just be, so he might get into the points on this race, and we're just seeing a few overtakes also between Jonty and I think Tuna, they're very close now. And Tuna right now is just gonna be struggling, and we got Kit who's got overtaken by Bailey, and I think Kit is gonna box now or like in a next lap, I think.
Yeah, that
We can
gap was
also see it by stars.
3.5. 3.5 last lap, and he is now in the lead, so that tells you how bad Kit's tires are on lap 14. So that's going to be interesting, because Tuna, he has a lot of laps to do before the end of this race. So I think, yeah, you're right when you said about the 2-stop for Tuna. He's going to have to get another set of tires on. These aren't going to get to the end of the race. I'd also like to apologize for every time they go onto the long straight. I get a lot of lag in my screen. I don't know if you're getting the same thing. We've got Noah gets a time penalty there as well,
No,
P12.
not really.
Yeah, I'm going to see if it happens again this time, but it seems to be at the start of this straight that Billy Thompson's about to head into. And Billy Thompson...
Well, hopefully this time, no one is... Oh my god, that Tuna... Yeah, well, that dive bomb on Kit wasn't one of the cleanest one, but yeah, there was a little bit of contact. I think now Basman Theories is gonna get the overtake down on Kit, and maybe he's gonna try also the dive bomb on Tuna. Who knows, he's got fresher tires, and let's see, well, that wasn't quite the case, but maybe he's gonna get better traction here at the exit, and yeah, I think he's gonna probably get it maybe to the outside. No, he's just doing that on the inside, but yeah, just on the straight, not really having to put an effort on that, and Cosma Tirisi is actually P2 and trying to recover, a few seconds now on Bailey. We saw the undercut how powerful he was, and also with the overtakes to be done, Bailey is 2.7 seconds.
Yeah, it's a tough phase of the race for Kid. He's on those old tires. He's at a real big disadvantage, and he moves out of his way for his teammate, and that allows Ben, Max also to get through. So I think Kid is eager to get this pit stop underway, and we have someone into the pits there. It's Jaunty on 8-lap hard, so he drops down the order, and Kit as well. Yeah, Kit into the pits. He's had enough of those old tires.
Yeah, he can't keep it, already in P11 because, but we saw who started on hards, he wasn't, I think he wasn't the best choice, especially when you're on those kind of gaps where the grid is really close, especially the top 10, so if you're out of the DRS train, you're just gonna struggle because you can't really make any overtakes, and now Kit is gonna be P13 or P14 in the fence also Nicolas, but as you mentioned earlier, on the race is now on fresh mediums, but the gaps you can see are quite big.
Yeah, Billy Thompson did well there. All that traffic, all that, battling behind him has let him build up a lead. As Tisto and Tuna going side by side. Tisto down the inside, Tuna just struggling on these older hards.
Christian got into P3, he got. So I think probably made overtake on Tisto because, he was supposed to be in P4.
Yeah, there's a lot of complaining from Joel and chat about the brake marker boards being missing. Tuna into the pits. You called it. It's a 2-stop, and he peels into the pits. Obviously, he's going to go for the mediums to get his car under speed for the pit limiter. but all eyes on that gap from.
Oh, hearts? He's
Oh,
gonna be on hearts.
okay, okay.
Well, probably doesn't have to. No, well, it depends if he's gone on softer or balanced.
Yeah, I
That's quite
mean,
weird.
at least he doesn't have to worry so much about the fall off at the end of this stint, whereas Kit will be struggling a little bit as we get to the end of the stint. But Kit will be loving life right now. The grip on those fresh mediums will be amazing. He needs to make them count though, in these first few laps. And you know what,
And we were
Basmati,
just seeing, yeah, I was just about to say that.
yep, go ahead. It looks like the gap is
Yeah,
coming down.
it looks like, yeah, the gap's coming down, so to 1.8 seconds. So yeah, we exactly had the same thought at the same time, Chief. That's great.
Is it though?
And
Okay.
yeah, well, it should be, why not? No?
Let's, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
yeah, okay, whatever it is, okay, okay. But, well, the fact is the gap's coming down, so now 1.8 seconds. But I think also Bailey is quite, well, he's not really managing the battery, you can see 30%, so they're both pushing really hard. You can see also Bailey, is quite of managing also to correct the steering wheel on every corner, so that's because he's really pushing for it. Here a little very wide here, I think he's gonna lose a lot of time.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
1.6 seconds now.
Yeah, that could. Yeah, 1.5. It's gonna hurt him all the way down to the next corner. I think. Yeah, it's gonna be down to 1.4, and Basmat will pick up a little bit of slipstream as well. I think. And yeah, you have to be mindful of that. Can't make too many of those mistakes. And we do have a battle between Ben
Oh,
and
but man,
McKender.
yeah.
Side by side they go. McKender taking a tighter line, often compromises the inside line guy, but McKender getting a pretty good run out of that corner despite that tight line he had to take, and he gets himself up to P7, Ben down to P8.
Yeah, and also it's interesting to see how Tuna will do with his new hearts. Is 4.9 seconds, and we got, he's got a looking two drivers with penalties. So, well, the gaps are quite big, but we still got 10 laps to go, and we got Bailey and Basmatrizi who are very close right now. Who would have said that? Bailey losing like almost 2 seconds on Basmatrizi, so now he's really gonna be under pressure from his teammate.
Yeah, and you know what could work for Christian is if the Red Bulls do fight a little bit, it will bring him into the mix. He is currently P3, so he's had a really good pit stop, and yeah, we've got Icewind as well. Up to P9 goes Icewind without time penalty as well. Tuna P10, so yeah, Ben is pitted again. I think he was okay to stay out, but it looks like he's had enough of those old hards and goes on to a second
So
set of
Bailey
hards.
going wide here, so Basmatrizi is gonna get better exit. Can he try the overtake here? Does he want to do that? And yes, he does. So Basmatrizi now is leading the race.
Yeah,
And yeah, that was quite easy for him. Didn't expect that, but it looks like Bailey, maybe the tires, are falling down. I don't know, falling off. I'm not sure, but it looks like he's losing some pace
yeah, and
on
Christian
this side.
is he's working on that gap as well. He's got it down to 2 seconds. So he'll be eager to see these guys ahead of him fight, but they're both in the Red Bull, so maybe there will be some running together. And I'm trying to keep an eye on chat as well. There's a debate raging. Well, it's not really a debate. Everybody's agreeing that taking out the brake marker boards is a pretty crappy thing to do.
Yeah, especially like from what we saw on Jonty, it was, it was really on purpose, at least on quali. Like, I don't know if someone saw that, maybe the drivers, but yeah, well, they will probably report that. And yeah, well, we especially see, on this kind of track, also Abu Dhabi, we got also on Zandvoort, where we always get braking board that destroyed into, where you get into the second sector, the fast right under corner. And yeah, that's quite annoying because, especially if you're driving without lines, it's just so annoying because you kind of, have to to see new references on track. You have to get it, and it's not always easy, especially when you're pushing so much and you're gonna try the overtake. So that's why also we're seeing a few guys going wide, just because they're just pushing, they're not focusing on the braking, as it's quite automatic to do that, and they don't have the reference and they just go wide.
Yeah, and if you throw in variables there, like your tire status, also DRS and ERS, slipstream, the braking point does change per lap. Every lap depending on your situation. So yeah, it's crucial, isn't it, just to have that brake marker board there, just as a reference. But all the drivers don't have it. They haven't had it since quali because someone took them all out. So I suspect they will be reported after the race for that one. So yeah, but look at this. Christian has got the gap down to 1.6 despite missing out on DRS here. He doesn't have the DRS. Billy Thompson is creeping into the high nines now. Still gets DRS this lap, but he needs to be careful. He could get dropped here by Basmata Rassi from Stromboli.
He's not from Stromboli,
He might be.
Stromboli. Man, I think, but why he started with Stromboli? I don't remember. I think it was a few years ago. You've heard it somewhere and you said that's cool.
I thought it was a type of pizza or something like.
Oh really? It's a volcano, yeah. In Sicily.
But here, look, Tuna's up to P9. He's making moves here. He's on these fresh hards, so this two-stop seems to be working for him a little bit. He does have his teammate up the road there, but his teammate with that time penalty. Tuna could be on for some decent points here today, but up front, Basmarati leading the charge, half a second back is Billy Thompson, and Christian is doing very well here to hang in, and he's eating into the gap here. But yeah, the DRS that the Red Bulls are able to kind of manage between themselves on the first and second straights is huge, as Ben on those fresher hard, setting the fastest lap out there.
Yeah, we got Bailey who's now close, but there is also the fact that Christian, is getting into the DRS of Bailey Thompson, and he's also under pressure from Testa, so that's not, that's a thing to look out, because it's not easy, when you get the pressure, from the driver behind, but at the same time you want to catch the one ahead, because the pace is so close. So if Testa tries an overtake and Christian wants to defend, they're gonna lose so much time, and that's gonna play all in favor.
Yeah,
Oh wait,
sorry.
Testa I think made a mistake probably.
No, actually, I did catch that, and Max just sent it on the inside and just had massive amount of superior grip, was able to hang in very tight on that hairpin and get that move done. So brilliant job from him, and it's now Red Bull 1-2, McLaren P3, P4.
Yeah, Alpine, considering the year, is with a surprising P5.
Yeah, this is shaping up to be an epic finale. I did promise it at the start, and it's delivering. We've got 5-6 guys in the running for the win here today.
3 seconds with penalty for multiple warnings, and yeah, and now I don't really know who's gonna win the race, and we got Basma Terizio. I think, yeah, Bailey probably is just suffering from his tires, because he's now 1.1 second, he's on 8% battery, so I think that's everything to play for Christian, and probably let's say he wants the revenge on his previous teammate Bailey Thompson. He wants to prove that he's faster than him.
Yeah, and I'm just going to put my hat in the ring and say I think Basmatter is going to win this race, because Billy Thompson and Christian have history, and they're not going to make it easy for each other to get that P2. So they're going to fight, and Basmatter has a crucially broken DRS, so we may see that gap extend further. So it's going to be down to who gets P2 and who gets P3, unless Basmatter makes a mistake in the final laps here.
Yeah, but what a pace from him. I could have expected that. Never saw him racing, and he's just, right now is on a very, good pace, and he's delivering it at the times he needed. Maybe we have to say that probably it's because it's been a while now since the last time he raced. He made a few mistakes which cost him a few tenths, and that was quite crucial because we saw when Basmati Racing, made the overtake, he looked very easy because Bailey just went wide on these corners. So, probably he's not at his best form, also compared to what we saw him doing on quali. But now Christian is very close. He might try an easy overtake here. Looks like Bailey is not really defending, so Christian just waiting to get for maybe a switchback here, getting better traction. He's going in third gear, but yeah, just now he's deploying everything, and that's where he goes. Is he gonna try the overtaking to the outside where you get much better grip than Bailey? And yes, he does. He's Bailey defending. Yes, they got a little bit of contact. I think, yeah, as you said, Bailey's not gonna give up very easily, but we got now Christian is got into the inside, and that's it. I think well, that was very close from Bailey trying, to get a little bit of a look into the inside, but yeah, Christian got the position, and what a recover from Christian. We saw him, into the top 5, but not really into the pace, and now, he might be fighting for a win here.
Yeah, I mean, I can't count out Max as well from getting a podium here. He may even get P2. He is on the freshest hards in the top guys here. Christian has got that gap to Basmarada. I can never say that name. I'm just going to call him Matt. Matt in P1. Yeah, he's got that gap under control, 1.6. Both the P1, P2 do not have DRS this lap.
Well, what I can tell you is that now Max is pushing the battery all the way down to this straight, and I think he's gonna go for it right now. He's not gonna wait. He's not gonna wait any minutes, but we got Bailey who's defending it. He's trying to not make any contact. Just make a mistake here, or just the rear, just giving up with this tires, and Maxi just got the overtake done, and now he's gonna put Christian, his teammate, under pressure. But what a recover from from Max and Christian. What a disaster also from Tasto, who just lost the grip, I think, into the corner. Yes, now dropped down to P6, but yeah, Bailey, who would have expected, his tires to fall down so quickly. Now he's under the pressure per Segili.
Yeah, not looking good, and it's only 1 lap difference, the tire advantage. Bailey Thompson getting overtaken there by Percy Gilly, so yeah, the grip of the fresher tires really picking. And Bailey's into the pits. Is he worried about a puncture? I mean, it must be. Like, he's pitting so late into the race. We may see a...
look at the tires. I think everyone is on quite high tire wear. Look at, for example, to Basmati's front right.
Oh, and there's a car off. Yeah, someone has a puncture there. Who is that? That looks like an Aston Martin of Tilda, maybe, or Jersey. Looks like one.
Yeah, Tilda, yeah.
And he's on 19 lap old hard, so that gives us an indication of when they are likely to pop. So this is going to be a battle of nerves here, as these guys in the top 5 race to try to get these tires to the end.
Yeah, but the tires are not looking great. I would have never expected that, just by looking at the first stint on the mediums from these drivers. And we got now Max. Max is gonna get it into the outside. It's gonna be quite difficult now with this kind of tires, but I think he's got it quite easily, actually.
Yeah, no team orders. McLaren Papaya rules, it seems. Tino, thank you for that information. That will help me a lot. But yeah, Christian dropping down to P3 will not like that. I mean, he's got a championship to think about, but Max is on for the win here. 1.1. This is going to go down to the wire. We're about to head on to the penultimate lap. Is he going to catch up with Matarasi or Riceman? I tried. But yeah, look at this. Max tantalizingly close to DRS. He's got another lap to do this, and he's in that DRS range, so he will get DRS this lap as they head down to the hairpin. And unless he gets it wrong going into the hairpin, he's already got the DRS detection point under his belt, so he will get it this lap, and he might be able to set up a move for the final lap. This is going to be dramatic if he can pull it off. And I'm seeing a lot of yellow flags. I think it's still Tilda In sector 3, yep, he's pulled over to the side of the road. Max doing all he can. Actually, did he get DRS there? I think he might not
No,
have.
it didn't. No.
Yeah, he
He
doesn't get
didn't,
it.
but it's gonna be very close. He really needs to nail now the third sector as we're heading to the last lap. So here, that's where he has to make the difference, and it's where he has to make some kind of pressure to Boss Maturisi in order to make sure he makes some mistakes, because 1 second the gap has at least to come down to 5 to 6 tenths. Otherwise, the overtake is gonna be quite difficult.
Yeah, Ben getting a move there. Oh, and there's still contact going into sector 3 between Ben and Noah. And Ben finally getting that move done there. Noah wasn't wanting to give that up too much. I mean, maybe he's trying to protect his teammate. And Ben lagged back to P10. After all that fighting, it's all undone by a bit of lag. But let's go up front. Mex is within DRS range. Looks like he is going to get it this lap. He's 8 tenths of a gap, but is it enough? Is it enough? This is the last lap. And I think he's way too far back right now. He does have a bit of DRS, but he's going to try and save that for the second DRS straight. Is he going to pull this off, Edivar? I can barely watch.
Yeah, that's gonna be so difficult for him. But now he broke late a little bit wide, but also Basmatiris, he didn't get one of the best exits, so it's gonna be 4 tenths now. He's gonna deploy everything, trying to go for it, for the last lap. He has to try the time bomb here into the outside probably. He's gonna go for it, yeah, he's gonna go for it, maybe trying this switchback. Just Basmatiris defending very well, just stopping the car perfectly on the right pace. But now that's here we have to make the switch back probably into the inside, or maybe no, I think the outside doesn't gonna get enough grip. But wow, what a defense from Boss Maturizio. I think now it's gonna get the race done, and as you predicted, the Boss Maturizio probably is gonna win the Grand Prix. And yes, that's what it does. Max is trying everything to put pressure on him, but Boss Maturizio with a fantastic race wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix,
What
with
a
Max
race.
just right under the tail
Yeah, what a
of him.
race and what a finish from the Rice Man, Max P2. So no Mexican rice today. It's all basmati. Sorry, Christian.
Basmati, yeah, Basmati, yeah.
Christian
My God,
P3 in the
that was
end.
that was terrible.
Sorry, couldn't even finish it. It was up. Persigilli P4 in the end, so misses out on the podium today, but great finish from him. P5 Tisto had a bit of a moment there a few laps ago, but gets it home in P5, and it's McKenna P6. Tuna on the 2-stop, P7 for him, and John D in the points in the end, P8, Noah P9, and Billy Thompson rounding it out in P10, going for that late pit stop, tried something different, didn't pay off, and Ian Patterson, I am in agreement with that comment. Great race, that was a and we're hearing in
But yeah,
chat that
what a
Max is
race.
German. He is, yeah, there's the German flag. He's a German.
Yeah, Max, yeah. Well, yeah, what a race. And I mean, the last few laps were so exciting, like couldn't tell who was gonna win. So, who are your driver of the day, Chief?
Uh, put me on the spot. I don't know. I mean, I would definitely put up Baz Matarisi, Max,
Yeah,
and possibly
or McAndrew, look at that.
yeah, McKenna gets a shout. P19 to P6 in the end.
Well,
Um,
I mean, I would go probably more weak. I don't know, Christian, I think he made a good recovery. Max started P2, ended up in P2, so I'm not sure. I would go between, yeah, Max and or Christian. I don't know. Well, you're the boss, so you're gonna be the one who's gonna decide.
I just do what I'm told, really. Tipsy
Oh
Bob
my
does
god.
agree. Bass and Max for sure in the shout. But yeah, I'd go with that. The podium, driver of the day,
Yeah, okay, okay.
all
And
podium.
then, yeah, McAnder. Oh, all podium, you mean? Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, we'll stick McKenna in. Yeah, we'll put a
No, but
outsider in.
let's say, no, but you know what with McAnder is that he never does quali, so, you know, it's just, we know he's got a great pace, so I think giving him always the driver of the day because he make a good recover. I don't know, like I think we should give to the podium this time.
Let's go. Podium it is. So Christian, Max, and Basmatarisi. Who I wonder if we can get a chat with him. It was his debut SLR performance. As far as I'm aware, Tino, keep me right. Um, let's have a look. Yeah, he is. He's waiting in the wings. Will we bring him in?
Yep.
Hello, Basmatarisi. Hopefully, I haven't butchered your name as I did throughout that stream. But what a debut race from you, man! That was a great victory. Very close at the end, probably closer than you would have liked. Just
Yeah.
give us your take on that race and how it went for you.
I had good luck with the traffic, and I executed my strate- strategy quite well. So pretty much in the second stint with the hearts, where the race is like decided, I had good pace and good management, so I could get the hearts to the end, unlike Bailey who struggled with the tire wear. So I controlled the win well. So yeah.
Yeah, and did you put that down to you just took care of the tires better, or was it just
Yeah,
yeah?
yeah, me and Chris, no, yeah, Chris has like the same tire wear in the end. He pitted one lap behind me, so seems like I had good tire wear then.
Yeah, GG on that. And I'm just looking at your sign up here. It says you've been in SLR before, but is this your first actual debut
I
race as such?
I cannot really remember. Maybe one race before,
Okay,
maximum one.
okay.
I don't have
I,
any
I'm sure
memories.
I've heard your voice. Probably I don't know, or maybe just me, going crazy.
I
But
don't know.
it looks like it's a familiar voice. Maybe I don't know. Just thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, like what was your tower at the end? Because that was
80,
the thing. Like,
85 or 86. I had
oh
like
my god. Okay.
80,
Uh,
80 when I went to the final lap. Then I didn't even look at the tires
and
anymore.
on mediums, how was it?
Mediums had like 70, 72 before I pitted.
Yeah. Okay. So proportionally, I think the hearts were, you know, the tire day was much higher on hearts compared to mediums actually.
Yeah, in theory, because on medium stint you can tire serve a lot more because you are on the front and you don't have any traffic or anything to distract you. But in the end, you have to push to keep the gaps up.
Yeah. 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 But yeah, what a race from you, honestly. Like the pace was great, and then you catch Bailey, who was with one lap tire older compared to you, and
Yeah,
yeah, and then how was defending against Christian? I think that was quite hard, but yeah, how was from your POV?
Max.
Oh
defending
yeah,
Max.
Max. Sorry, yeah, Max.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry.
I
It was complicated.
I got lucky. The race ended. The lap it ended on,
Yeah.
so I didn't really have to defend that much. Only the last sector I had to just keep my line and not let him through. So yeah, I think I got
Yeah.
quite lucky, but
It
at the
looked like
same time,
he was setting you up for that. I could see that move coming, where he would dive to the inside, but you just made your car wide enough for that
yeah,
apex that he didn't go for the move. So GG on
yeah,
that one.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
Um,
great. Yeah.
but yeah, you were racing as reserve today. Are we thinking we're gonna see you in future SLR races, or is this a one and done?
Maybe in like 2 weeks, probably not next week. Uh, I don't think there's a race in 2 weeks, or is it?
Yeah, we have 5 races.
Imola, yeah, 3 weeks. Yeah, in 3 weeks
Yeah,
time.
but are you racing on Christmas Day?
No, we drive on
No, no, no.
Christmas.
You drive on.
Yeah.
No, you're not. No,
Oh, we're not. No.
I don't.
no. There is
Yeah, I don't
Canada
know, but
17th and then
can we
Imola
make it quick?
7th of
I have to
January.
go soon.
Yeah, right. We'll say goodbye
Yep.
anyway. Yeah, but thanks for joining us in the commentator's booth and GG on the win, mate.
Yeah,
Take it
Sure. Bye
easy.
yeah.
bye.
Thanks. Yep,
Cheers.
thanks.
Go. There we go.
Yeah, it's a nice way to tell you that you're slow on interview.
But hold on, we're not racing Christmas Day. What? It's news to me.
No, we're not. No.
That sucks. This league
Let's
sucks,
get
bro.
yeah, whoever is the head
That'd be
of
great
this
if we
league.
had a Christmas Day race. Everybody had to wear Santa hats and
Okay. Yeah,
Nothing
with the
else.
welcome on. Okay, so let's. Oh, nothing. Oh my god. Okay, so let's get Max. Here we go with our P2, almost the winner of this Grand Prix. How was it, Max, at the end?
Sweaty.
Yeah, can tell you that.
Also
Yeah,
very fun, very fun. Some really nice battles there.
yeah. What was your tire wear at the end? We knew that from Basma.
75, 76-ish.
Oh, okay, okay. So
Yeah,
actually, tire
I
was.
knew that I had to go long in the medium stint because I had a league race on Sunday, and that's the exact lap I boxed as well, and it worked out well. So I knew I had to do it as a second time, and it worked out here as well. My tires were a bit too finished at the end to actually fight for P1, I think, and I had a bit too little top speed. But overall, it was nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also, yeah, go for it.
I was just gonna say, yeah, we had Basmata Resi Blissy in in the comms booth before you. He was saying he was able to take care of the tires, and he thinks that's pretty much what won him the race. I mean, you obviously had the fresher tires, but were you also managing those tires throughout the race?
The hearts, no, because I had to push to get all the way back because it was like P7 at the end when everyone boxed on the two stoppers. And yeah, there was a lot of cars in front, and it's hard to overtake when the person in front of you has DS as well.
Yeah.
So you had to push the tires to its limits. Yeah, and they did not like that.
I've
at all.
one more question. It's relating to your
Yeah.
teammate Christian, who's waiting in the interview booth there. Uh, he's obviously leading the drivers' championship. Was that in your mind at all that you're if you finish ahead of Christian and he's close behind, like you're taking points from him, or was it just papaya rules?
A bit, but we never talked about it. I'm also a bit sad that I got the McLaren seat because I knew he's a very fast driver, and I was scared to double stack behind him due when a safety car or if a safety car arrives. But overall, he also gave me slipstream in quali, and he regretted that. So yeah, it was fun. But no, I had no intention to let him go because I know that overall he's still, without my help, able to win the championship
Yeah.
overall. So
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, a great result from you today. P2 in the end. I think a race win is not too far away, judging on what I saw here today. Are you looking to the next race, thinking that could be your one, or was Abu Dhabi your kind of, your best track or whatever?
no, it's definitely not my best track. I had some troubles on this track, but overall, I don't know when the next time is that I can drive, but when I am, the P1 is obviously the goal. So
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm
I
gonna
look
aim for
forward to
that.
it. Yeah, I think it's not too far away with 5 races left, I think. So plenty of opportunities. But yeah, Max, great to see you on track. You were getting some good feedback in chat as well. I saw a great move on the after that second DRS trade into the fast hairpin. I think it was on Tisto. You took the inside line there and just the grip, using all the grip of those fresher tires. So great moves from you today, and look forward to seeing you on track again in the future.
Yeah, thank you. I looked forward to this as well.
Yep. See. Cheers.
Next,
Okay,
Christian.
so let's get Christian. Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
okay, he's dying. So let's get it quick before he leaves us. Okay, so good evening, Christian, first of all. And yeah, you fine? Yeah. Do you wanna
Yeah,
get
I'm good. I'm
into
good.
it? Okay. Yeah, I mean, starting from quali, did you expect, to be so tight? Like, especially like, comparing yourself to Qatar, did you expect that?
Uh,
Or
if- well, I knew some of the guys were quick, but I've never had such a bad qualifying. I just wanted to shoot myself in the head. Um, the braking marker boards were just gone. I don't know if
yeah,
people
it
were
was jaunty. Yeah, we
destroying them.
saw that. It was
Yeah.
jaunty. Looks like actually on purpose, you know.
Yeah,
He
someone's getting reported. Fuck. Shit. That guy.
yeah.
Um,
So
which when you break them in qualifying, it leads to the race where they're also gone, and it's just shit upon shit. And I mean, Mix and the other guy, I can't pronounce his name, but they were quick. I mean, there's no denying that. But it was just,
Yeah, but also,
I just want
I
to
mean,
cry.
on race, you know, you have to look at the race. You made a great cover of some strategies. So, you know, P3, you're still extending the gap to Perseguili, who's actually your first contender, and also Tunari didn't get the best of the, you know, the races. So I think you should be quite happy with the result.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not. I
Well,
just,
well, that's, you know, that's good to see you're gonna
yeah,
win every race, but you know, at the same time, you also, you know, got your revenge on Bailey. You know?
yeah,
So
yeah,
with the
yeah.
overtake, so how did you feel that overtake? Were you on BSC together with Bailey or?
Yeah, I was amazing. I asked him, Are you fighting this?" And he was like, "Yeah." Or I don't know. I'm gonna see how I feel when you're side by side with me. And then I went side by side, and he was aggressive. Let's say that it was the only fun fight I had, to be honest. It was, tires were somewhat not destroyed, and well, it's Bailey. I love racing Bailey. There's no denying that. But I mean, yeah, just tire was insane. I mean, I had to go like 2 seconds a lap slower on the last two laps, basically, because I was on 85%. Which is why
Yeah,
Bailey boxed as well, because he didn't he didn't want to continue his puncture streak. Um,
yeah, we saw that he had to pit, yeah, a little bit earlier, you know, just few laps before the end of the race. So,
yeah,
so yeah, we saw actually the hearts were, you know, the time where the hearts was quite high also compared to mediums. Did
yeah.
you knew that or
I
was it a
didn't.
surprise for
Well,
you?
the practice me and Bailey we did, we really only we we only did the medium stint, and we was like, okay, it's how I should be fine, and we apparently not. Um, we did one full practice race where we were pissing about, crashing
Yeah.
into each other, and wheel spinning all over the place.
And
But
also, yeah, talking about, well, Abu Dhabi stand. So what about Canada? Do you like the track or is only Eversnax the one who likes the track or do you as well?
Canada.
Yep,
What?
Canada,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, Canada is an absolute horrible track. I mean,
Okay, great. Nice. Nice to know.
exactly like Abu Dhabi. I mean, these few races is gonna be the longest weeks of my life. Um, it's just damage control at this point because I hate it. I hate every single corner
Okay,
of it.
great
So
information. So yeah, nice to see you. You know, you're really positive, but I think it's one of those things. You know, when one leads the championship, you just become so pessimistic about everything. So I
yeah,
like that.
true.
You know, already champion mentality. I get it.
Just being annoyed mentality.
But yeah, the oh my god. Well, you're dying, so I think we'll let you go and get some drink. I would say.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
So
GG
yeah, thank you
Christian.
for yeah,
Yeah,
thank you for
GG's,
joining the
GG's.
interview and well, congrats for a podium, even if you're not totally happy with that, but you know, it's still a podium. You should be happy with that. And see you next week then.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So
You know what's interesting? Like, if you take out the reserves, he actually, won that race effectively. He will only get
yeah,
the 15 points for that, but out of all the championship standing
so
drivers, he is,
yeah,
yeah, max points. So, no damage to the
so who's
championship for
ahead,
him.
Kit or Bailey now?
Billy P10, yeah, let's bring him in. Warren
Hello,
Towers,
Warren
Billy.
Tars Bailey.
Yo.
And yeah, just we were talking about Tower, and I think you should be the one, you know, just talking to us about how was the tower on hards compared to the mediums? Because we actually saw a huge difference.
Um, well, I mean, it was bad. It was bad on both tires. There wasn't really anything I could say. I had to pit on lap 26 to not get a puncture on the hards. Just wasn't
But like,
great.
what was your tower on lap 26? Was it like around 80 or?
Yeah, it was 79%.
Oh, oh my, okay. So that wasn't great, but well, quali actually was great. Do you expect to get, pole after a while? I think you weren't being racing.
Yeah, yeah. I was a bit shocked by that. I didn't really think I would get pole position at all. But yeah, it's a welcome surprise, I suppose. I was able to keep up that pace a little bit in the race until the second stint, where I just killed my tires and then lost all the pace.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And just look at your drivers championship. I saw you only race on Malta. You got P3. So I mean, well, I think it's gonna be quite difficult to get the championship back. Well, probably you. I'm not sure. Well, but what about Canada? Do you like the track? I think nobody enjoys that, but
I love Canada. Canada is an amazing track. So
oh, you love that? Okay.
yeah.
So you're the only one alongside Eversnax who likes Canada?
Some people just have bad taste, and that's okay.
Are you hoping for a wet race or?
Yeah, I'd take a wet race. I see the mentality going into these races is I'm not in any form of championship fight, so I will just be a knobhead, really.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So, like,
Just
I've got
trying
nothing
to
to
dive bomb,
lose.
who cares? Also trying to, in a way, destroy Christian Championship with,
Yeah.
he's your previous teammate, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you'd be really happy with him winning the championship. So you have to go for it.
Yeah, I mean, me and Christian, I don't like Christian at all. He's not really someone I really talk to a lot. He's just, yeah.
Yeah, you never practice with him as well, so.
Yeah, just to kind of scout him out, really.
Oh man, he's gonna be good. He said nice things about you, Billy.
He
did.
I thought he would have said mean things.
No. He said he actually didn't he, Fede? He said he enjoyed racing side by side with you.
Oh, well, yeah, that was fun.
He didn't say that, but okay.
He did, yeah.
No, well, he said it, yeah. Well, he said, yeah, well. But,
well,
yeah, I mean, well, I was about to say congrats for podium, but
no,
well,
for this time.
yeah, still for P10, it's a point. Chief is proud of you for that.
Don't worry,
And
I only got my
yeah.
wheel back on Monday. I only had 2 days to practice, so Canada should be a lot better.
Yeah, hopefully it's gonna go better for you. And do you have any questions, Chief? No, you don't. So thank you,
Wow.
Bailey, for the interview, and see you in Canada.
Yep, bye boys.
Oi.
Bye.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it, isn't it? We've got our
Okay,
driver
yeah,
of the days.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah.
Kit was waiting there, but he's scarpered. He must have some place to be that's better than the commentators booth of us, Fediver.
Yeah.
Can't think of where that could be. But yeah, that was a great race. I mean, I said at the start of the race that we were going to deliver the finale that didn't happen in the real F1. I think I think if the real F1 had went the same way as this race today, I would have thoroughly enjoyed that. But yeah, we've got a new contender on the scene. He is a reserve driver, as is Mex. So 2 reserves in P1, P2, but Christian top driver of the championship standings and extends his lead by a few points today. But I think that's just going to be that's great for him. Like, he's 5 races left. The more he can do in these 5 races, even tracks he doesn't like, as long as he can finish in the top 5, he should be grand for the title. I don't see anybody contending for that, but we never know. We saw it in real F1. Max Verstappen did catch up, quite a considerable
Yeah.
gap. So I wouldn't count it out, but I have to say, Christian looking very formidable this season. But you know what? We just spoke to Billy. Billy and him have history, and if anyone could mix it up, I mean, we've seen them two to come together before, and if Christian did drop out of a couple of races, that could hurt his championship standings big time. But I don't want to endorse any such behavior. I just hope for some really close racing, and yeah, it's tier one. We're going to get it. We've got 5 races left. Got a little break over Christmas as well to contend with, but it's all going to be good. And with tier two tomorrow, Fedivara, looking forward to that one as well. Um, Again in Abu Dhabi, 2000 CET. So tune in for that one. But once again, it's been great sharing the comms with you, Fedivara. And
Yeah, it was the same for me. It was a pleasure.
thanks for not coughing once on stream. It really, means a lot
Thank
to
you.
me.
Yeah, to do that on interview. Yeah, you heard that.
Yeah, I
It was
think
time, at least I have to drink some water. Like,
you will
but yeah,
have the drink.
we have talked a lot during the race. Yeah, we deserve a break now. Yeah.
Yeah, we've one more to go though before that break. It's Canada next week, and from what I hear,
Yep.
Billy looks like he may well win that one. If he's able to unleash the pace that we've seen in previous races, he's back on the wheel. He got pulled today, but just didn't have enough to convert that into a race win. Did get the fastest lap as well today, so 2 points for him in his battle. I
Nice.
think he's aiming to beat P6 Kit by the end of the season. And I think, judging from what I saw today, he will do that most likely. But and you know what? This final caveat: John D has not been reported yet, so keep an eye on Tier One incident reports for that. To see if someone
Yeah,
indeed.
like I'm not sure if I probably can't report that because well I wasn't recording, so I don't know. Like my voice said that, but there is no footage evidence. I would say so. I'm not sure, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, for sure it's not. It's never great to see someone just taking out the breaking board marker. So breaking marker board. So yeah, but it is what it is. Hopefully it can be reported. To make it fair.
Yeah,
But
so John
yeah,
D, if
like
you're
it's
listening,
it's
a lot of people do not like what happened today on track, but yeah, we live and learn, and hopefully it won't happen in future races. We don't like to see that on track. We like to see everybody have a reasonable chance at racing to their full capacity, but he just presented an extra challenge today, one with Bazmarad. It didn't affect Bazmarazzi, Rossi, and
yeah,
Mex.
basmati. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy, and Christian, who took the podium and got selected for Driver of the Day vote. That will go up in Discord shortly enough. The drivers will decide that. But enough of me yapping on. Let's end the stream, Fedivara, and let's go and have our
Yeah,
cornetos.
sure. Yeah. Well, let's say Cornetti. We're in Italy now.
Cornetti.
So yeah,
Is that the plural of corneto?
yeah, we're in Italy. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. Someday, man, we'll have a cornetto together in Italy somewhere on a
Yeah,
beach
sure, sure,
somewhere.
sure.
Um, until then, though, it's good night from us, and yeah, tune in tomorrow for Tier 2. Should be a good one. Good night.